As we were traveling through Colorado this summer, there's one thing that kept coming up over and over again, and that was that we have to visit the Black Hills of South Dakota. And the reason is because there's so much to do there. From the Black Hills in Custer State Park to Mount Rushmore to Wind Cave National Park. It's like a mecca of beautiful nature things all in one spot. So what do you do when you know you're not gonna have enough time to really do an area justice, but you don't wanna miss out? Well, you see how much you can fit into 48 hours in the southwest area of South Dakota. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do everything we wanna do, but we're sure as heck gonna try. So let's go.
So it's pretty foggy out this morning. Looks like it's gonna be that way probably most of the trip, I'd imagine, because we're not really going south or anything. So it's gonna be cold. Hopefully there ain't too bad of wind. I don't know, it was gusty yesterday. We'll see. We got a bunch of obstacles we gotta get through. I'm hoping we can dodge some of all these potholes, and also somebody just parked right here to go climbing. So I gotta also make this sharp turn without hitting them. So,
Wish us luck in the comments.
good luck me.
We always need it, you know. We got in here, but somehow with all the puddles, it seems
It's also very cold.
It is very cold, which makes it more difficult, you know? If you're not an RVer, the reason why sometimes we have to have Craig pull forward so I can pull out that last chalk is because when he backs up, it puts too much pressure on it. So in order to remove it, even though we put it in there at the beginning, he's got to pull forward a little bit so I can pull it out, but you got to kind of pull it out before the other tire runs over it. So it's like a game of don't get your hand run over. Make sure the trailer goes over this rock or straddles the rock and not the tires don't go over it. You got it, you can start turning now. Perfect, nice. Cause that was a pretty big bump we didn't want to drive over. We're gonna miss this spot. It doesn't look so pretty now, but maybe I'll throw some footage. Maybe I'll throw some footage up right now of this awesome area that we were at because it was gorgeous. It is so foggy, you can barely see in front of us as we're driving.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, there are normally mountains out there.
Hopefully it clears up some.
Oh, goodness gracious. Kind of crazy.
Or maybe that there won't be as many people driving because it's so foggy, huh?
Well, it doesn't matter if there's a lot of people driving, you won't be able to see them.
Oh,
so it'll be like there's not.
That's true.
We're finally starting to see some blue skies, which I'm really excited about since we only have 48 hours in South Dakota. And once we get there, we're gonna give you our game plan on how we plan to make the most of those 48 hours. But first, we've gotta dump the tanks. Potable water, but it's like across the road from where we're dumping at. I guess we could have come in the other way.
We got our gallon meter thingy reader. I don't know what it's called, but it'll tell us how much we need to fill up or how much we put in it, I guess.
Since there's nobody waiting behind us, we're flushing the black tank as well. We have a little bit of extra time here, but that's where this water meter really comes in handy because we like to leave the black tank closed to let it fill up, flush out, and then dump it. But we can see how many gallons we're putting in. Right now we're only at 7. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you're monitoring because you don't wanna overfill the black tank. So just leave it open if you aren't confident in your monitoring abilities. And now a quick lunch break because dumping the tanks always just works up quite the appetite, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We've just crossed over into South Dakota and the landscape has totally changed. It's like got pine trees and
Grass.
Grass
Grass is a novelty.
It is. We spend a lot of time in places with no grass. We've got 7.1 miles, so we turn off onto our boondocking road, so fingers crossed. Review said the road is in good condition, so let's hope that's still accurate. Okay, I don't know. It's a little skinny, but...
In 2 3/4 miles.
All right, we just got set up at our boondocking spot here in the Black Hills National Forest of South Dakota. It's 5 p.m. and our 48 hours here starts basically right now. We're about to head to go see Mount Rushmore National Monument, and then tomorrow
we're supposed to be going to Custer State Park.
Yes,
Custer.
for a really cool hike.
For a cool hike, and also to Wind Cave where the bison are. Hopefully we'll see the bison because they're in rut.
Yeah,
rut?
rutting season.
Rutting season?
Getting a little feisty.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be displaying all kinds of things.
Interesting behaviors.
Things.
And then we're gonna wrap up our 48 hours with something a little less promiscuous and do a guided cave tour at Jewel Cave National Monument. I'm hoping we can get it all done. That's a lot to do in 2 days, but we better get going before it gets dark. Also got a lot warmer than it was this morning. I had to take my sweater off. It's not too hot with the fans going and everything, but definitely not sweater weather anymore. Which is kind of nice. Summer's not over yet.
I had to take my hoodie off.
This is the most official parking structure I've ever seen at like a national park type place.
I don't understand how this one's free when they got all these employees.
Well, you pay for parking, I guess. Craig didn't do it on purpose, but he dressed very appropriately for our adventure today, Mount Rushmore, and he's wearing an American flag shirt.
Stand up for veterans.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. So entrance to Mount Rushmore is actually free, but you just have to pay for parking, which is only $10, and your National Park Pass does not cover that. It does nothing for you here, really. So Mount Rushmore doesn't take very long to explore as a whole anyways, but since we're a little short on time, we're just doing the Presidential Trail, which is just over half a mile and lets you see the president's faces from a few different viewpoints. Cool viewpoint of Lincoln and Washington here. It's kind of crazy actually, because you can see Lincoln and Washington, but between, those are actually on the outside. So the other two are in between but facing the other way. So it's kind of cool along the trail. You get very different vantage points. It looks like they're all in a row when you're out at the front, but they're really not. They've got some perspective here.
How'd they carve them?
We need to go to the sculptor's studio too, but I'm thinking it's gonna tell us something about the sculptors and how they did it. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, because we can see it so easily down here, but when you're up there, like, you're just chiseling away at some rock. Like, how did they do it?
I don't know, but it looked nicer in the history books they showed you in school.
It's pretty impressive still.
It's pretty cool. I don't know how they did it, but there is a little misleading in the history books.
The faces looked a little smoother in the history books, right?
There's a little bit more definition in them. So the way they carved the faces in the mountain was they used dynamite for like most of the rock to shrink it down to what there's actually on work with, and then they used large jackhammers to take off big chunks to kind of shape it, and then to finish it they used smaller jackhammers. To operate the tools though, they used this giant air compressor, which this is the largest one of the 3 I think they said that they had, and so it sat at the base of the mountain, and then they had lines that ran from the compressor all the way up to where they were working, and they eventually enlarged the lines to run more jackhammers. So it's pretty neat.
We were in and out of there in just under an hour. So Mount Rushmore is definitely something that's easy to add to your list if you're gonna stay anywhere in this area. It doesn't take too long to visit. Now, to find something to eat in Custer, and I think find a car wash, because somehow that's made it to our must-do list of activities.
I'm gonna do it later this week.
Oh.
No point in driving on the dirt road 10 more times to wash the car today.
That makes sense. Okay, later. We're up early this morning. I'm making our PB&Js for our hike that we're gonna do. We're down to our last 4 pieces of bread and had to use the end pieces. And I don't know why end pieces just don't taste as good, but they don't, right? Like, they just don't taste as good. Anyways, we're hiking Black Elk Peak, and I'm pretty excited. It's the highest peak in Custer State Park. I think the highest peak in the Black Hills. So we're gonna really get a good view of everything out there today, and then heading to Wind Cave, and we have so much to do, and I just hope that we can get it all done, which is why we're up early, but I think we can do it. It's gonna be a big day. There are some really cool boondocking areas in this part of South Dakota near the Badlands, but the nice thing about where we're at over in the Black Hills is that the high is only 77 degrees, whereas in the Badlands it's like 90 something. So this is much more comfortable for boondocking. Looks like we're gonna have blue skies today.
That's good. It's been nice weather since we got here.
Yeah, finally.
Especially compared to that last place. It got kind of...
It got cold and foggy and rainy and all
Oh no,
things.
cold and rainy is the worst.
We're only the second car here. I thought we were gonna be fighting for a parking spot, but I did pick the trail that was slightly less traveled up to the peak, so should be good.
We'll see about that.
We won't be fighting the crowds, hopefully. It costs $20 to get into Custer State Park, and that will get you in for up to a week. There are raspberries all over, just everywhere on this trail. I'm gonna try to pick one that it's less likely that a dog has peed on. So good. It's like snacks all over. Check this out. We get to the little viewpoint of the cathedral spires. Very cool. But we gotta keep going this way if we want to get to Black Elk Peak.
Like 10 more miles.
No, not that long.
Like 2.
2 more, yeah. Little cave,
Yeah.
cave exploring.
Pretty cool. How do you build this up here?
I don't know. That was real steep. I think we got a little window here to look out of.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa, that's awesome. Don't mind my heavy breathing.
Somebody says, why you breathe so hard? It's hard to breathe.
Those last steps were steep too.
So we made it to the Harney Tower, which is a fire lookout tower. It's pretty cool. Victoria told me about this. They did not picture a big stone structure. I thought it was gonna be like a wooden tower that you just kind of climb up and can see out. This is a whole thing.
You definitely could see any fires from here. Wow, you can see so far. This is pretty cool. I didn't know we were gonna get to climb all the way to the top of the lookout. Wow, how cool is this?
So we're getting ready to head back, only 3.5 miles to go. Yay.
But then at the bottom, we're gonna eat our peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
They're probably all squished now.
They might.
I lint rolled before we left. And I'm so hairy still.
Craig was talking about the weather being nice, and I think he jinxed us.
No, someone we passed said something about the weather.
She did. Yeah, there was a lady that said something about being so nice and not raining, and
And she was on her way back a while ago, so she dodged it. Now we about to get trapped in.
I know we're walking towards the bad weather, and I really hope it doesn't start pouring on us before we can get back to the truck. But we're going downhill now, so we're booking it. We're booking
I
it.
feel like this always happens to us.
It does.
so.
It's literally, I think every video, every time we go somewhere, we're like, hopefully we can beat the rain.
Yeah.
We're just always trying to beat the rain. Oh, story of our lives. Welcome to the wild RV life.
Starting to rain. It's Victoria's fault. I don't know how, but it is.
Oh no, I'm feeling more and more drops. I'm pretty sure we have less than half a mile left, but it is starting to rain a little bit harder. Thunder's getting a little bit louder,
And we're still going towards it.
and we're still going towards it. Oh goodness. I think we see little peaks of the truck coming around the corner. We're almost there. It's like solidly would call this raining now.
We made it. I'm not completely soaked yet.
Yay.
I told myself I'd give up. If my feet got soaked, I'd give up.
What are you gonna do?
I'd just walk slow and give into it.
We better put the mirrors in. Oh my goodness. This tunnel is insane. Oh, Craig's just flying. You're flying through it.
Just showing everybody I'm better than them. Duh.
Oh goodness.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll slow down a little bit. Holy moly.
With only 48 hours in South Dakota, we're not gonna be able to see everything in Custer State Park, but Black Elk Peak was a really good hike to do to be able to see the landscape. And now we're gonna take a scenic drive out on Needles Highway, even though it's raining, because there's some cool tunnels and lots of amazing views, even looking through the raindrops on the windshield. Whoa. This is definitely a narrow highway.
Yeah, very narrow. And so many blind corners.
Yeah. Here comes another tunnel. The last one was only 8 foot wide, but this one's 8 foot 9 inches wide, so it should be easy peasy. It's a little shorter too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, though, it's very close. Oh gosh. That looked close. Made it.
It was a close one.
Tried to waste some time with that scenic drive. It was still very scenic, but it's still pouring, so we're gonna head home, check on the dogs, hang out for a little while, see if this blob of green stuff on the radar passes through, and then hopefully head to Wind Cave National Park to be able to see some bison and other wildlife. We're entering our last 24 hours in South Dakota, and the sun has come back out, so we're heading to Wind Cave National Park. But you know, a trip to any state wouldn't be complete without doing some laundry, apparently. That's like a must-do for RVers. Everywhere you go, you gotta check out the laundromats.
I wish laundry would clean itself.
I do too. Unfortunately, all of the cave tours at Wind Cave National Park are down right now because the elevators are being repaired. So we really are here just for the wildlife and to kind of check the national park off the list, but we're really hoping to see some bison. We didn't go through an entrance station, so we're coming to the visitor center to be able to get a map. I don't know if there is going to be an entrance station. Of course, now there's no service, so I can't look at the GPS on anything. We don't know what we're doing.
Turn left at Wind Cave Road.
Do we ever know what we're doing?
I don't know what I'm doing now. Do I
Are you
just
gonna park? No.
Oh. Was that the visitor center?
Yes, back there.
I don't know if I can make this turn.
Right.
You know how you can put in a destination when you have service, but then once you lose service, you better not end it. So we had the visitor center in. So we're like, well, guys, we're going to the visitor center because after that, we can't put anything else in. Map has been secured. The ranger told us a herd of bison was spotted just down the road 20 minutes ago. So fingers crossed. Oh my gosh, it's happening already. A herd of bison. Yay. Okay, but where can we park? How lucky already. Oh my gosh, there's some tiny ones too. They're a little far away, but they're here already.
There's a big one in front of this truck. Look at that guy.
Where? Right there?
Walking.
Yeah, he's a big one.
That's a thick boy.
You gonna go pet the fluffy cow?
Oh, you're supposed to.
No, you're not. Don't pet the fluffy cows, aka bison.
If you want a good laugh, just watch some of the videos where people go to Yellowstone and try and pet some.
La ubicó otra paloma. Me voy a matar. Me voy a matar. Este es mi último. Uy.
It's funny.
It's funny and sad all at the same time.
It's sad at how dumb some people are.
People just can't follow the rules, and they pay for it sometimes dearly.
Yeah.
Everybody stay calm. It looks like they might want to come say hi. Oh my gosh, he's scratching himself on the post thing. Look at him, he's scratching the bottom of his chin. Get it good. Get it good. Yeah. That's so funny. Okay, we realized we were driving the wrong way, and so now we're heading back towards the park, which means we get to go back through this herd of bison we just saw.
There they are.
Here they are. It had a whole nother one behind it.
Yeah.
You can tell. Laundry is done. It's in the back, but guess where we are? Even though Craig said that he wasn't going to do this week yet.
Get you in the shower, baby.
He said, we're on a dusty road. I'm not gonna wash it yet.
I might be doing this in a dip.
He just couldn't stand it. It was real dusty and needed it, but probably be doing it again, like he said, real soon. And for the record, I offered to help, but there's only one sprayer and Craig says it's just really faster if he just does it. I don't know what that says about me, but I offered, okay? I offered.
So much better.
That only took you...
How long did it take me?
I don't know actually.
My arms are tired. I was out there so long.
It took you almost an hour.
That's it? I thought it was gonna be over an hour.
Oh, well then I guess you did good. Whew, what a day. What a day.
Clean truck now until we get back to the camper.
Yep. We're down to our last few hours here in South Dakota to do any exploring that we want to do.
Show everybody how shiny the truck is.
Okay, Craig, well, you guys saw Craig wash the truck last night.
I already got bugs on it.
It does look pretty shiny, huh?
I did this.
Good job. Tell them in the comments. Good job, Craig. Truck looks nice.
It could be better.
Oh, whatever. Anyways, since we didn't get to explore any of the caves at Wind Cave National Park, we're gonna try to explore the cave at Jewel Cave National Monument, which is right down the road from our boondocking spot. However, we didn't get tickets. I tried to get them online, but there wasn't any available. But they said that they have a limited number available for walk-ins. So we're just gonna go and see if we can get in. Fingers crossed. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
I don't either. I got a feeling that we're not getting in and we're just driving all the way over there for nothing. But we'll see.
There's a lot of people here. I'm not feeling so confident about our ability to walk up and hop on one of these tours. I don't know. After 3 laps around the parking lot.
No, 1.5.
Does anybody else have this problem where they can't pick a parking spot and they have to circle it a bajillion times, circle the lot a bajillion times?
I don't want to park where somebody's gonna be dinging my vehicle up.
Okay, let's go see. Test our luck. We got tickets. I really can't believe it, but it's for the one starting in 5 minutes. What good timing is that? Our luck is turned around, guys.
So the tour we're doing is supposed to be an hour and a half long and it's $16 a person. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot of stuff. It's a long time to be walking in a cave and not see anything.
117 miles of passageways within 4 square miles of area.
I'm cold.
Pretty crazy looking. It's got a tall ceiling.
This entire room was filled with water, and it was super saturated with calcite.
Thank you.
What'd you think?
I think it was good. I think this is the first cave we've done where we did a guided tour, I believe.
I think so.
But
and I enjoyed the guidedness.
Normally it's like we do like self-tour, self-guided ones, but it's kind of nice getting to hear all the information about it and everything and the history of it and all that.
Instead of us just making stuff up as we point at random formations.
However, I can do without learning about how stalagmites are formed. I've done heard that so many times, but it's all good information. It was cool. I liked it.
But we did it though. In 48 hours, we saw Mount Rushmore, we explored the Black Hills in Custer State Park, we went to Wind Cave National Park and saw the bison, and we explored a cave here at Jewel Cave National Monument. That was a lot.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired.
But I would still definitely come back to this area of South Dakota. There's still so much we could have explored, including the Badlands, which hopefully tomorrow on our way out we will drive through and see some of, but we're not gonna have much time to explore it too thoroughly, unfortunately. But if you enjoyed this 48 hours of adventures, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next week.